Originally, the Dead to Rights games were just used to pass the time while we waited for the new Max Payne. Unfortunately for this Dead to Rights game, it seems it wants to have its own identity nowadays, with a brawling system, cover system, slow motion, and instant kills. This could ultimately be this game's undoing. Before I start this review in full, I'm going to say that I have nothing but negative things to say about this game. That and this will officially be my first half-ass review, seeing as this is the first game where I've reached the middle point and said, why am I still playing this? Alright, let's go ahead and start out with the graphics, which can make a person immediately pick up a bucket and heave in it. Let's look at our calendars and make sure that we realize what year this is. I'm pretty sure this isn't 2005 and my game should not have dirt covered over them with a side of dung and the visual effect of stink lines coming out of it. Too bad that's what this game offers me. Just looking at it can make a person turn it off, take it out of the system, open the door, and throw it down the street. It's not that it doesn't look like it shouldn't be on the Xbox 360. It's the fact that it just looks like crap. I mean, you're looking at it right now. Well, if you don't have your head in that bucket already.
Just keep your guard up. In the ring and out of it.
We're just gonna keep talking. Old man, are we gonna actually fight?
Don't be in such a rush to lose, son.
Oh, to lose. Still talking. That's all I hear.
If you're still thinking of playing this after that fiasco called the graphics, you're probably one of those unique people that know graphics aren't everything. Too bad that's not the case with this game. It's like going to a restaurant and ordering a $60 meal only to get a hearty serving of crab soup. No appetizers, no utensils, not even dishes. They just come in and throw it on the table and say, hey, it tastes better without the dishes. Ugh. We get to sit here and listen to Jack reminiscing about the ass kicking he got over the weekend. This involves police officers watching a woman plummet to her death from a building while they sit outside and casually watch. Jack, however, is a real cop and decides to go inside and take out the whole damn building alone, while the rest of the police officers sit there eating donuts and watching. Too bad for Jack that the guy who was behind it all escapes on some kind of futuristic jet. Mwahaha! Take that, lawbringer. Right after that, he gets chewed out by the coward captain or something. But you know he's a badass, so he was talking trash the whole time. Get fired? Not Jack Slade. Not Jack Slade. Some other guy comes in and chews the coward out too, but apparently he did it just so he can get in the good graces of Jack. He was like, I'm gonna take you outside, baby, and I'm gonna just, but no. Jack's like, nah, I only like action. Then his dad comes up and saves his life, because apparently this guy had this look on his face that was just like, ooh, sweetie. But anyway, this is where the game starts to get interesting. And by interesting, I mean predictable as hell. I mean, most games are a bit more subtle than to suddenly have a friendly boxing match with your dad out of nowhere. Then you're walking and talking through the police department about how he's going to join you in the most wretched hive of scum and villainy. I don't know. I wonder what's going to happen next.
Tell me! Why? My dad is dead!
Jack! Stop! You're killing him!
Fuck him!
What else is just staggering about this game is the controls. I just finished a review about Splinter Cell Conviction, where most every move was fluent out of cover. You get in the guy's face, you can take him down without an issue. You will not see that in this game at all. There are many moments where Jack is running at a bad guy. You're pressing the button as fast as you can to take this gun out of the criminal's hands. But why the hell is he targeting the guy way in the background? Then you have to wait for him to unlock from his target, which takes 3 seconds too long to register, only to turn towards the guy who's been pointing his gun at you for 3 seconds. Yes, I did say pointing his gun, not firing it, pointing it. Line up properly in front of the guy so you can get the prompt to take his weapon out of his hand. Which at this point, he'll do some shifty animation where he points his gun at the guy, and then you have a perfect bead on this guy's head to fire, and apparently you shot him in the chest somehow. So you stand there baffled at how a headshot has not failed this baddie, and then you start shooting at him again as she punches and kicks past your bullets. Now you're forced to do the terrible brawling game mechanic that has super fast pace, but you can't properly target anybody. Once you are finished fighting one guy, you do more canned animations where you punch him in the stomach or in the face. Oh, but don't get surrounded by a bunch of dudes and try to fight all of them off. You'll only be fighting the controls to try to keep locked on who you want to fight, but the camera will do its best to obstruct the entire fight from you. Plus, the bad guys really don't offer that much in the way of interesting combat. They run headlong at you or just run back and forth in cover waiting for you to come and punch them. I mean, it's bad when you've defeated your 40th Chinese version of Lenny Kravitz with the same 3 insta-kill animations. Or notice the chugging while doing regular things like shooting a guy in slow motion, or coming out of cover, or just simply walking around. Or the 20th time you've been introduced to a regular baddie who has no real reason for even being introduced. It's like, why am I even being shown this guy when he can take a million bullets like the rest of these emo clowns, and he's just a recycle of the last enemies that I fought on another level? Not to mention that these guys are just wearing clothes most of the time, but if you don't get a headshot, you'll be emptying entire clips into these enemies, and even when you do, they'll still bum rush you like they would a Terminator. In fact, even the armored enemies didn't seem that special to me. I mean, a couple more shots to the head or just unload on their feet isn't really that much different compared to a regular guy. The main problem with the armored enemies comes up when you fight one of them toe to toe. You'll mostly end up getting your ass open like a piñata, which means you'll probably just end up running after a gun or telling Shadow to take a chunk out of them.
Mr. Policeman.
I mean, seriously, there are things in this game that just do not buy this game unless you are a glutton for punishment. By glutton for punishment, I mean that you like to get raped by gorillas. In fact, I wouldn't even recommend this game as a rent. Even if you are a fan of the previous games, you will find nothing in common with those because you're taking everything out and added mediocre gameplay, storyline, and AI, and everything. It's just not interesting. Look, just play something else. Go play Uncharted. Go play Halo. Go play a crappy game that got a 1 score on IGN. Just play anything but this. Just don't play Dead to Rights Retribution. Just please, just go. Don't look at this game anymore. Just go. Just go.